what is this podcast about? It probably would help if you don't chew into the mic.
My name is Libby.
My name is Luke.
In this new episode.
Season.
This new season.
And we are going to be focusing completely on weddings.
We are, in fact, the Wedding Pirates.
There's no other podcast like this. I've looked. I've checked.
And we have a cat. Her name is Stella.
We want to share all the secrets when it comes to weddings.
The one where we talk. Wedding edition.
Welcome to the Wedding Pirates. Well, the wedding one where we talk season 2. Hosted by the Wedding Pirates. We're breaking down everything weddings in this season and answering any questions that you may have about weddings. Or today we're actually talking about post-wedding marriage.
Marriage.
And we're going to do this in 2 parts because I think we need to talk about what does it mean to be married. I know this is beyond wedding, maybe not. I feel like this is the advice that actually matters because advice for your wedding day is one day.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's a lot of advice you can give for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So we've been together for 11 years.
It'll be 11 years in July.
And we've been married for 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
7 and a few months.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
me.
we are by no means experts in this area.
No,
We're
but
still learning a lot.
But I do think that there's a lack of focus lost on wedding days. Not all of them. There are some wedding days where you can tell the focus is the future, and this is a celebration for the future. But I think that people can get lost in the fact that this is a celebration of today and not for the future. And that's what a wedding is. It's a celebration for the future.
Of 2 people coming together and building a life together.
Yeah. So what is marriage to you?
Is
Just
what brings us together today.
No, I want you to talk about in your mind, before I spurred a bunch of history and the fact that marriage is a joke.
Marriage is not a joke.
I'm not the idea man-made version of marriage is a joke, and it's a scam.
Like the
by the
legality of it all,
yes.
like how humans have
developed this concept that we need to legally bind ourselves.
Okay. Well, give me a second because we don't
This is all
come
created
up with,
thought.
Yeah, we don't what's it called? We don't come up with a script. We just talk about a certain subject.
Yeah. It's a good
so
test.
Marriage to me, yes, it's all.
This is a test. I'm just kidding.
What if I fail? Marriage to me is a coming together of 2 people, a man and a wife, where they can help each other grow, become better people in Christ. So it's a marriage surrounded in a marriage is surrounded in, 2 people. I enjoy spending time with you. Let's get married. We want to help each other become better people. And I want to spend my time with you because we get along and we have similar interests and whatnot. And we have similar goals for the future.
And we could accomplish them together.
I think that if 2 people that have a relationship with Jesus, that have similar goals for the future, I think that 2 people can make a marriage work if they have those 2 aspects.
Okay.
They're rooted in Christ and they have similar goals for the future. So like say a woman is a believer. She is rooted in Christ. And for the future, she wants to go be a missionary overseas and work in orphanages, and that's like her main goal.
Okay.
But the guy that she's interested in wants to live in America, get a 9-to-5 job. I think that those 2 people should not get married unless he's willing to do like short-term mission trips with her,
So you're
or
talking
let
about
her.
2 people that balance each other.
Mm-hmm.
that well,
Yeah.
in biblical terms, equally yoked.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk old King James. Okay, so usually what I try to do because I agree with you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to break apart that idea.
As you always do with everything that we talk about.
Yes, I'm going to take that idea, remove everything that you know about marriage, and realize that the original way of binding two people together is rooted in culture and tradition and nothing else. The whole legality of things, that you need somebody ordained before you to say, I now pronounce you man and wife by the power invested in me, blah, 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 by the state of blah, 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 blah. That is all man-made.
Yeah, but did I say that was what marriage was?
No. I'm doing this for our listeners.
Oh, you're not saying that I was.
No. I'm doing this for our listeners too. How does this apply to them? How does marriage apply to them? Because not everybody does have the same belief system. Not everybody grew up with the same belief system. Right. Some people might not even know what their belief system is. Yeah. And perhaps to a lot of people, your belief system being connected to your marriage is totally foreign to them. We were just talking about that couple. You were just talking about that couple on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Right? This guy posted on TikTok and he said, I want to marry a complete stranger. And he got thousands of messages from girls or people that wanted to marry him. And he chose this one girl and they got married. They thought they were going to last a week and they converted an ambulance to live in it. And it's 2 years later and now they got an apartment and they're still together. Yeah. How in the world does that work? That's why I don't believe in soulmates.
Well, I was listening to some of their TikTok, or it was on Instagrams where I was seeing it all because I don't really do TikTok. But they were talking about how the special sauce to make a relationship work for them was they went into their marriage with no expectations and really good communication skills. And they were talking about how that is the secret sauce to making a marriage work, which I believe are two very important aspects. Oh,
communication is 100%.
Communication and knowing how to receive communication, being talked to. So communication is a two-way street. How to talk to someone and how to listen to someone are two very important skills of communication.
So,
not having expectations.
Right. So my point is those people didn't base any of their marriage on a belief system. Mm-hmm. So in some ways we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to have something in the center of our lives, to be perfect and have that thing in the center of our lives and use that and go into a marriage and say, I'm working on myself and I want this person to work. But then you have expectations on that person to always work on their selves, and you're not actually just focused on just making it work. Mm-hmm. And the fact that these two people went into a marriage with zero expectations and zero fucks given. And it's kind of funny how, it's the same thing with me in confrontation. I've arrived at a point in my life with confrontation, and like, unless the worst thing that could happen when I enter into confrontation with this person is that they're going to kill me. That is literally the worst thing that could happen.
Or you go to jail. I feel like that would be worse than being killed.
I will only go to jail if I strike back. So that's also a matter of self-control and controlling your own emotions. Mm-hmm. So the worst thing that if you have that keep that same mindset. I'm not saying marriage is confrontation. What I'm saying is they went into marriage saying, whatever. I'm just going to look at it in the face. Literally the worst thing that can happen is this person kills me. That's it. Mm-hmm. And they went into it saying, I'm going to speak my entire mind. I don't feel like I need to keep back anything. Because what is dating, right? We're trying to get to know this person. Are they weird? Be our best self. I'm going to hide that I fart at first. Mm-hmm. And all these things. But imagine if you could break down all those barriers and you say, hey, we're going to get married. We're probably going to last week. What should we do? What's the secret sauce? Well, I don't like this. Well, I don't like this. Well, okay. I'm attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you. Okay. Well, why aren't you attracted to me? Imagine if we broke down all those barriers and we just talked.
Mm-hmm. Well, they probably moved in together and were like, okay, who are you? And they probably, because they didn't have that, love at first sight when they saw each other from across the room.
Mm.
You know, you want to impress someone who you see at first to see if they would be even willing to date you or even be interested in you. So it's like you kind of put up this wall of fakeness to show off your best self when you are trying to woo a woman or a man, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I guess it probably worked for them in this instance because they were like, this is such a funny joke. Like, we're probably going to get a divorce in a week. And because they were probably so real and raw with each other, that's why their marriage is lasting after 2 years.
Yeah, there wasn't even a season
to impress you
of them keeping each other. There wasn't even a season of them taking themselves too seriously.
Right.
They didn't go through phases. You know, they were just their complete selves and confident in their own selves. There's something to be said for that. So my point is yes, for us, Christ is the center of our marriage, and that's what makes our marriage work. And I can give all the marriage advice, but in the end, I have faith in a divine power that because I know I'm not perfect, so I need to rely on something that is perfect, if that makes sense. Because I know there's a lot of people who don't, have a monotheistic viewpoint when it comes to life, listening to this podcast. Right. So in that sense, marriage in itself is just breaking down all barriers and being yourself.
Yeah. So I guess I don't do too well with questions on the spot. So if I think about it a bit more of my answer, I know of a lot of people who say, hey, I am a Christian and my spouse is a Christian. We've been married 25 years, 40 years. And I just realized that I don't really like this person, and they had terrible communication skills, and they end up getting a divorce or whatever.
Yeah, and the Christian community frowns upon that.
Right.
And also, real quick, I want to pinpoint that the original design of how marriage works and the binding of, somebody that's ordained and blah, 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 is Christian Catholic. That is where that came from. So that's why I like to dissect. I want to make sure I dissect this idea that I don't believe in that. I believe that marriage is a commitment between two people. That's what I believe in. Some people may not believe that, but it's a very, I just think that marriage is a man-made concept on paper, but what was it originally? Before Jews were breaking the glass on the ground, saying Mazel Tov, before Vikings were breaking open a keg and drinking that, before we were giving a bottle of mead to the bride and groom, like that's where the term honeymoon came from, because all these things, all these cultures and all these traditions and in weddings. Mm-hmm.
Don't get us wrong. We love traditions and weddings and
Oh
cultures.
yeah, 100%.
It makes weddings individually.
I don't want to sound offensive or anything like that.
Yeah, no, we are for celebrating people and for celebrating, what they believe and stuff, and we don't discriminate, I should say.
I particularly enjoy Jewish weddings. I do want to point that out. I realize I just particularly said Jewish wedding, but I enjoy them because they do they're very true to a lot of their traditions. Just go back to the song Fiddler on the Roof, tradition. Like they very firmly believe in tradition. I was telling your dad about what they call the huppah, and which every wedding has one. Do you know what it is?
It's like a arch thing.
It's the arch that you get married under.
Yeah.
Everyone has one. We had one. We got married. Everybody gets married under a triangle,
we
a
didn't
square,
get married under it.
A trapezoid. What's the shape of a stop sign?
I don't know.
Is that a trapezoid?
No.
I don't know.
A trapezoid is like a rectangle with the bottom parts elongated. The top part is short.
But anyway, so
I think
everybody gets married under some form of this. Even if you just get married in the middle of a field, maybe you don't have any kind of arch, but I'm going to say 90% of weddings have some sort of arch that they're getting married under. Mm-hmm. And that is originated in Jewish culture, and it's called the huppah. And the groom would make that pre-wedding, and that was a symbol of him building a home to be married under.
Oh,
Isn't that cute? Yeah.
Mhm.
So my point is that marriage is rooted in culture, and what we have today is really based on our own ideas.
Mhm.
So that's why I want to talk, and the fact that these two people got met on TikTok, thought that they were going to be married for a week, and now they're married for 2 years, technically happily married, and that is, in America right now, that's a long time to be married,
Mhm.
especially to a stranger.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think that this couple is correct that it takes a lot of communication to make a marriage work, and trying on both ends to make a marriage work. Being willing to have the hard conversations, being willing to be open and raw with each other, be vulnerable with each other, and also realizing that the person you married is not perfect, and just giving them grace in daily life, not holding things against them.
and that's the hard thing about today, marriage culture today is social media,
Mm-hmm.
because marriage is now a thing that we need to display on social media. You know, the ring, I'm engaged, changing your status, posting a picture of you and your significant
Yeah, isn't
other.
it funny how, like, if someone changes their Facebook profile picture or their Instagram profile picture and they're married, if they change it to just themselves, people are like, oh, they're having marriage issues.
Yeah. It's, or you see a picture of them alone modeling or something
Yeah.
like that. That actually happened to a friend. His wife went and did a modeling gig, and they took a picture of her alone looking out a window or something like that, and they're like, oh, are you guys okay? Like, what? Why? What? Where do we
individual person?
Where
would
do
want
we
this
get these
marriage.
ideas that
Yeah.
a marriage is struggling because there's a picture of only one of you somewhere?
On your profile picture?
Yeah, but that's
Or online or something. Yeah.
But that's where you said you can't expect that person to be perfect. We have that idea that our significant other or that this couple needs to be perfect because of social media.
Yeah.
I'm pretty convinced of that.
So our marriage works because.
Well, we'll talk about that. That's going to be part 2. We
Yeah.
want to talk about how we work together in
I just
the
wanted to
next
give a little
episode.
cliffhanger.
Well, we still have a few minutes here.
No, I know. I'm just, I'm just advertising for our next, episode of
Oh, sure. Yeah, I
Our
guess.
Marriage Works because.
Da-da-da. We come back for the secret to a perfect. That's hilarious.
We're not perfect.
No, we're definitely not.
We have a lot of issues.
No, of course we do. Everybody has a lot of issues. And what's absolutely insane is that if two people individually know, I have a lot of issues, I have a lot of trauma. Let's see. What could I do? Oh, you know what? I'm going to marry another person that has a lot of issues and has a lot of trauma. And I'm going to legally bind myself to them forever. And if they ever decide to leave me, it's going to be a huge headache, and we're going to have to divide all the stuff.
I know. I feel like it should be the opposite. Like, if someone's going to get married, they should have to go through some, intense things. And if someone wants to get out of a marriage, it shouldn't be that hard.
That's also when it comes to dating, I'm very passionate about, because I grew up in a household where dating was like a bad word, because dating meant that you were talking to multiple people and basically just playing around and playing the field, so to speak. And so dating was a bad word. I don't know why we decided that courting was a good word, because it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that dating is valuable because you need to go through hard things. Couples argue. And how many dating couples do you know right now that argue all the time? Dating is for figuring out if you want to marry this person. That's what it is.
Well, I think arguing, too, with your significant other shows you their true hearts. Like, when you go through an argument with someone, you get to know who they actually are as a human and how they handle stress and difficult situations. And you get to see if they may have anger issues and if they punch walls and
or they grab you or something, or or watch them get into a fight.
Yeah.
Too. It doesn't have to be with you. Seeing how someone processes confrontation can be a really good indicator while you're dating of how your marriage is going to go.
Yeah.
Watch how they argue.
So I think that's what is a good thing about dating. Just like seeing who this person is before you get.
And like you said, you have to go through hard things, or there should be a hard thing you have to go through if you are thinking about getting married. That's called dating.
Mm-hmm.
That's what dating should be. This is a test trial of us being vulnerable with each other, but we don't own a house together or stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're bound together. You know,
Right.
if we decide, oh, marriage would not work for us, we can move on
Mm-hmm.
and find another candidate. Or you just post on TikTok that I'm looking for someone to marry.
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty awesome though that they did that, and now they're in it. They've been in it for 2 years, and it seems like they're doing really well together.
I would
I
really
haven't
like
really-
to know. I don't know. I want to talk to them.
We should try and reach out and meet them because they live in Pennsylvania.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to them. Just because, how do you guys do it? How do you make it work? We should interview them for this podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Anyway, that's it. So be sure to come back next week for.
We're done?
We're done.
Wow. Time flies when you're just talking about marriage.
Next week we're gonna talk about how we work through marriage. So this is good. It's gonna be
Part 2 of
yeah.
marriage for us.
part 2 of marriage for us personally.
And I just want to clarify. We love everyone. We do not discriminate
No,
against any people group or
no, that's stupid. Why do people discriminate?
just spread love and peace and joy into the world and love on people. We love on people. If you believe something different than we do, we ain't gonna hate ya.
Yeah.
And we'll probably, this year we're doing some really fun cultural weddings.
I just got an inquiry for a legit Harry Potter wedding.
Really?
I did.
Nice.
Like a real Harry Potter wedding.
That'd be awesome.
Like where the budget is over $60K.
Nice.
That's a real Harry Potter
That
wedding.
is a real Harry
Like
Potter.
we're going
It's
to
not
Hogwarts.
A chintzy, yeah, it's not a chintzy Harry Potter
We're gonna
wedding where they
what
put
if the invitation looks like a Hogwarts letter?
That'd be legit.
That'd be so cool. Anyway, yeah,
No,
we
but
definitely don't discriminate.
like we are doing this year, we're doing a Halloween wedding, and we're so
Yeah.
pumped to do that.
We're also doing a couple Jewish weddings,
And an Arabian wedding.
a Ren Fair wedding,
A Ren Fair wedding.
a Viking wedding,
Yeah. It's going to be super legit.
a hippie wedding.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually themed hippie. Yeah. And we have a
Just
couple
so many fun things.
fanciful ones.
Yeah. So life is all about figuring out what works for you, right? I tell Luke all the time, trial and error.
Yeah.
Life is all about trial and error. And although I was raised a certain person, you got to challenge those things that you were brought up with, like the ideals and morals and values and belief
agree.
system.
Because if you
You
don't,
got to figure out what works for you and challenge your beliefs. Search for what you want to, put your faith and trust in. So.
you only grow by challenging yourself.
And
Thanks
putting people in your life that will challenge you.
Yes, I agree. Anyway, so thanks for listening. Be sure to follow this podcast wherever you are listening to it on. It's everywhere. It's on all the things. And we also have a YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Broadside Visuals, broadsidevisuals.com. And this is the one where we talk.
Have a wonderful day.